When an avoidant person comes back into your life, one of the clearest signs is the confusing and inconsistent way they communicate. Their return rarely looks like a steady, clear commitment. Instead, it's often a series of mixed signals that leave you feeling off balance, questioning your own perception of reality. One moment, they reach out with warmth or nostalgia, maybe sending a message that reminds you of better times or apologizes for the past. The next moment, they pull away, become distant, or disappear altogether. This push-pull dynamic is classic avoidant behavior, and recognizing it is crucial to protect yourself from getting caught in the same emotional roller coaster that once drained you. These mixed signals aren't accidental. They're deeply rooted in the avoidant's fear of closeness and vulnerability. They want connection, but are terrified of losing their independence or being overwhelmed by emotional demands. So, their communication is erratic. They'll appear interested enough to draw you back in, but not consistent enough to build real intimacy. This inconsistency creates a confusing emotional landscape where hope and doubt coexist, making it difficult to know where you truly stand. This stage of mixed signals serves as a psychological game where control and distance are key themes. The avoidant might text you late at night, ask how you're doing, or bring up shared memories, only to go silent for days afterward. It's a way to keep you emotionally engaged without fully committing. For you, this means walking on a tightrope between wanting to believe in their return and protecting yourself from getting hurt again. Understanding these signs is empowering. When you recognize the pattern, you stop blaming yourself for their unpredictability or wondering if you did something wrong. Their behavior isn't about your worth, it's about their internal struggle with intimacy. This clarity allows you to set boundaries and not fall into old habits of chasing or over-explaining. You start to see their return not as a romantic second chance, but as a reflection of their unresolved fears. In this stage, your awareness is your greatest weapon. By identifying the emotional push and pull, you reclaim control over your responses. You refuse to be manipulated by uncertainty or false hope. Instead, you choose to prioritize your emotional well-being, deciding whether or not their return deserves a place in your life. Recognizing these signs early on protects you from repeating past pain and sets the foundation for either genuine reconnection or, more often, a graceful exit. When an avoidant comes back after you've moved on, you find yourself standing at a crucial crossroads. This stage is about making a conscious choice between two very different paths: reconnection or realignment. It's a moment that demands honesty and clarity because it's here you decide how much power you give back to this relationship and whether it will honor your growth or pull you back into old patterns. Reconciling with someone who has avoided intimacy before isn't a simple matter of forgiveness or rekindling feelings. It's about evaluating whether their return aligns with the person you've become and the future you deserve. Reconciling might feel tempting at first, especially when memories and emotions flood back. It's natural to want to believe that things can be different, that this time they might show up fully, that the past can be rewritten. But this stage asks you to look beyond hope and nostalgia and examine the reality of the situation. Does their behavior reflect genuine change, or is this a temporary visit driven by their own fears or needs? Are you ready to risk reopening wounds, or do you have the strength to say, "Not this time, not like this"? The avoidance return can feel like a pull toward familiarity, but often, familiarity comes with the same emotional turbulence that you fought so hard to leave behind. Realignment, on the other hand, means stepping into your power by setting firm boundaries and choosing your well-being over uncertain connection. It's about recognizing that your growth demands you protect your energy and emotional health. Realignment is not about punishing or rejecting the avoidant out of bitterness. It's about prioritizing yourself and refusing to settle for inconsistency or emotional unavailability. It's a commitment to your peace, a refusal to let anyone disrupt the life you're building just because they suddenly want to re-enter your world. This stage requires courage. It means saying no to what doesn't serve you and yes to what elevates you. It's about communicating your boundaries clearly and holding them steady, even if it disappoints the avoidant or shakes the foundation of the relationship. Realignment is a declaration that your emotional independence is non-negotiable. It's the moment where you stop reacting out of fear or loneliness and start responding with self-respect and intention. In this critical stage, your decisions set the tone for what comes next. Whether you tentatively reopen the door or close it with finality, you do so from a place of strength and awareness. This is where you rewrite your story. No longer as someone waiting for an avoidant to show up, but as the person who leads their own life with clarity and confidence. The final and most transformative stage, when an avoidant comes back after you've moved on, is about healing and moving forward. This isn't just about walking away physically. It's about emotionally releasing the hold they once had on you and reclaiming your power in a way that reshapes your future. Healing is a journey that doesn't depend on their actions or whether they stay or leave again. It depends solely on you and your commitment to yourself. When you reach this stage, you recognize that your peace and happiness are not negotiable, and the real power lies in your ability to choose freedom over fear, growth over stagnation. Often, when an avoidant returns, there's a temptation to fall back into old habits, rationalizing their behavior, waiting for them to change, or clinging to the hope of a different outcome. But true healing means breaking free from these cycles. It means understanding that their patterns of avoidance are about their own limitations, not your shortcomings. This clarity allows you to stop blaming yourself and stop holding on to pain that no longer serves you. Healing is the process of shifting your focus from what was lost to what can be gained. A future where you are whole, complete, and unshaken by the unpredictability of others. Moving forward means embracing your personal power with courage and grace. It means making the conscious choice to live your life on your terms, without waiting for validation or affection from someone who wasn't consistent before. This stage is about self-love in its most radical form, choosing yourself over the fear of loneliness, choosing growth over comfort, and choosing clarity over confusion. It's where you create space for relationships that honor your boundaries and support your emotional well-being rather than diminish it. The power in this stage also comes from learning the lessons the experience has taught you. You've learned to spot red flags, to trust your instincts, and to value your peace above all else. You've discovered that your worth is independent of anyone else's behavior, and that true connection comes from mutual respect and presence, not from chasing or waiting. This knowledge strengthens you and prepares you for healthier, more fulfilling relationships ahead. Ultimately, healing and moving forward means walking away without regret and without looking back with bitterness. It's a bold step into a new chapter where your happiness is self-generated and your heart is guarded with wisdom. This stage transforms the pain of the past into the power of your future, reminding you that no one, not even an avoidant, has the power to define your worth or dictate your happiness. The return of an avoidant after you've moved on is not just an event, It's a profound moment of reckoning. It challenges everything you thought you knew about yourself, your worth, and your ability to love and be loved. But remember this: their arrival isn't about reclaiming what you lost or proving your value to them. It's a mirror held up to your growth and resilience, a test of how deeply you've transformed. When you see their return through this lens, you stop falling into the trap of old patterns and start owning your power as the architect of your emotional destiny. Throughout this journey, you learn that mixed signals and emotional push-pull are not reflections of your value, but symptoms of their inner struggles. Recognizing these signs early frees you from confusion and self-doubt. It allows you to respond with strength and clarity, refusing to be pulled back into cycles that don't serve your peace. You come to understand that your boundaries are sacred and that your emotional well-being is the foundation of any future connection, with them or without them. This awareness is your shield and your compass. Facing the crossroads of reconnection or realignment demands courage and radical honesty. It's where you decide whether to open your heart again or to guard it fiercely in protection of the life you've rebuilt. Realignment means stepping into your highest self, choosing respect, consistency, and emotional availability over fleeting moments of hope. It means making choices not out of fear or loneliness, but from a place of strength and unwavering self-love. This is the moment you rewrite your story on your terms, refusing to settle for anything less than what you truly deserve. Ultimately, the greatest power you hold is in your ability to heal and move forward. Whether their return becomes a new chapter or a final goodbye, your peace is the prize. Healing is not about erasing the past, but transforming it into wisdom and strength. It's about walking forward with confidence, knowing your worth is not dependent on another's presence or absence. Your future is yours to create, bold, free, and unshackled from the patterns that once held you back. When you claim this power, you become unstoppable. Thank you for taking the time to review and upload these commands. Your effort and attention to detail are truly appreciated. If you have any questions or need further assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out. Wishing you all the best moving forward. Goodbye and take care.